Good morning, people. Right, very nice relaxed pound yen pre-Frankfurt Open trade. We are now 7:06 the Frankfurt Open, and apologies, I fluffed the previous video, so I've got no lines on my chart, so I'm going to have to do it from scratch. So basically, first thing I do in the morning is look for look at the currency strength indicator. You know, the alarm goes off about 10 to 6 in the morning. Also check the H4 candles, just see what's happening. And pound was up here as a weak pair currency, and Japanese yen was down at the bottom as a strong currency. So was the CAD, so it was just a question of picking out the best of those two pairs. In fact, I traded both, but we'll talk about that another time, the CAD trade. So, and then just a question of looking at the price action, the reversals, and then looking at the RSI histo to make sure that agreed with everything. Not necessarily on the monthly chart, although it's a good place to start, and just stick a few levels on there really that might affect price. So we are pushing into that low there. We had clearly closed through that high there, that's important. We'd reversed down, and so the monthly was in a down move, which is pretty obvious really. Weekly, we had everything agreed on the weekly. The previous week obviously is bearish on the RSI histo alert, and you know, the weekly, I'm not going to look too closely into the reversal situation of that, but we can clearly see we've busted all sorts of levels of of support, and we've broken these two levels of support here as well, although we haven't closed below them. They had given way, which is important this week, in fact, so massively bearish. Through this level as well on the weekly, closed through it. So no resistance or support in our way. Daily, we had confirmed down there. We'd had a day of messing about, pullbacks, and today was a continuation to the downside. The histo alert agreed with that, so it's just a question of putting a few levels on there as well. Remember, I'm only scalping for 7 or 8 pips, or 6 or 7 pips, so none of these levels actually are presenting a problem on this chart. Then H4, same thing. We'd actually confirmed up on the H4 here, and this wasn't what I would call a shallow H4 reversal. We talked about those yesterday with a video and Twitter. We can clearly see we are into, we literally confirmed into a resistance area here, or support becoming resistance, should I say. And we are down on the RSI histo, so unless it is a pullback situation, something like we were down here and this had been red, then we could easily you would have to be trading with a green open bar, but I won't confuse things too much with that. But we talked about that yesterday as well. The benefit of a massive deep confirmation with no room to a target is potentially a good opportunity to the long side. I hope that makes sense, and I hope it made sense yesterday. H1 was below the hourly 8 EMA. The H1 had confirmed to the downside. Low, high, high, low, high, 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 low, lower, high, lower, low, and close. Not much else you can really say about that. But at this point, the RSI is taking over the focus of importance. There is a massive target for price, if you like, the test of the daily pivot. Time of day is important as always, because it's prior to the Frankfurt Open, it's the grinding period. Why would they, this is my thought process, is why at 6 o'clock in the morning would power come into the market in the opposite direction to what has been happening for the last 2 or 3 hours? Ask yourself why, and I can't find many reasons to think anyone would be considering loading up on buys before the Frankfurt Open. It's the manipulation period of the market as far as I'm concerned, but it's also the grinding period, the continuation period, in my opinion, my humble opinion. So M30, again, agreed with prior to the trade. Let's put the trade on the chart. M30 was turning red when I took my trade, but we're below zero. There's no reason to expect this to get excited to the north side. M15 drew an ascending trend line on this at this point. You got one there, and you've got one there. And as you can see, punches down, breaks a level, high, low, lower, high, low, high, higher, low, higher, high, high, low, lower, high, lower, low, and close. So 15-minute close there, and then a pullback. What do I say about these pullbacks? Every time they are such high probability happenings. Old support tested as new resistance. Then the price crashed at that point. Then it's gradually pulled up. You know, you can see the direction of the momentum. Massive move down, gradual pullback. Massive candles down, relatively speaking. Gradual pullback, chugging away but pushing the price back up. Massive candle down, which was my trade. Gradual pull up. So, without putting any ideas into people's heads, what do we think might happen at this point here? Bearing in mind it still hasn't broken the FXI pivot. That's my thought process. The disclaimer is that don't trade any of my thought processes, do your own analysis. So that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Oh well, we might as well go on M5, but there's the breakdown on M5 engulfing bar, and that, to be fair, was my trigger as well, or not quite an outside bar, but a big bar. You know, bearing in mind every big bar we get over here. This was the break and close again on that situation. Break and close here, price goes down. These were all good moves, but I wasn't awake for them. Great move there. Another 5 or 6 pips there. It's just mechanical trading. Trade like a machine. Thank you for watching and have a great day.